Welcome to Take 3, coming to you on WTSR. I'm Josué Lora from Colmado Music Group.
And I'm Bill Nobes. Each episode of Take 3 brings you one independent artist, 3 songs performed live, and an in-depth interview about each song. This session was recorded on August 21st, 2022 from the House of Robot.
And this episode's artist is 1OAKJason.
Yo, what's going on, man?
So Jason Torres, also known by 1OAKJason, is a 25-year-old up-and-coming hip-hop / Spanish music artist. Jason has been writing music since 2014 when he made a collab Visions with his cousin Rich in his bedroom using a YouTube instrumental, iMac, and an inexpensive mic from Best Buy. Jason Torres is Hispanic American, born and raised in a small city called Trenton, New Jersey. He has released several singles and since then, and a few videos, including Sacrifice, Fresh Off, and a collab with his long-term friend, Raf609, called Focus. He recently released a highly anticipated Jersey club song called Jersey Sway with another local artist and has made several visuals for that, which are releasing soon. Jason spends his time at Colmado, the studio on Broad Street in Trenton, and records his music with the great engineer by the name of astaxxthebeatlord. He has a different genres of music waiting to surprise his fans in the upcoming months, and he hopes to finish his first album.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to the first song.
Yo, man, what's going on? This is 108K, man. You know what I mean? I just wrote this song a few months ago. I ain't gonna lie. It's called Reflect. Because for real, like, you know, I be trying to express myself, and a lot of times it don't come out how I wanted to. You know what I mean? So me, I use music as a release, and I was able to get most of the things that I wanted to get out through the song. You know what I mean? This is my way of, you know, my little coping mechanism. So, you know, this is what it is. Reflect. Crazy. I be trying to express myself here and there and shit, man. I just be getting locked up and real shit. I try to talk and nothing come out. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm dying by my respect. That would kill to see me in debt. I'm by my paper. I come from the set. I'm steady chasing the check. And like a plug, me and my lady connect. But shit, I always end up making a mess. I think it's time I reflect. I made my choices, never listen to them voices in my head. I'm glad to say I ain't dead. I gotta get some rest, cause there's some I gotta get off my chest. Rushing creep backwards to help with my stress. Lately I've been a mess. I've been running around the hood trying to do good, but at the same time I misunderstood. It's kinda hard to stay blessed. I've been getting to that money as I should, but I wish you would try run up and flex. Better come correct. OG ain't here no more, so I be with the homies. You know you my brother. If I play you closely, it's about the respect. Mamba mentality, I'm feeling like Kobe. No, you don't want me to go back to the old me. Instead, I'm chasing the check. Let me reflect on my past. Memories that I know will never come back. I had to do that. That shit was selfish of me. Gotta get myself back on track. I hurt the ones I love the most. Gotta clean up my act. I got don't worry, that over there don't concern me. Long as I know you got my back, I'm all in for the journey. No longer wearing my jersey with you cause you worthy. I'm going all out for your love and I ain't showing no mercy. I don't you expect me to get over all of this. Man, I got bills to pay, it ain't no way I'm calling it quits. I'm grinding till my last days and I'm popping my back to the drawing boards. I'm finding other ways to get rich, but until then I'm writing hella rhymes with this pen, crossing my T's, dotting my I's, make sure it comes from within. Be feeling down and out sometimes, but I know I gotta win. I'll make it to the finish line, just show me where to begin. 108K. Just show me where to begin, cause I know I gotta win, and that's a fact. That's reflect right there, you know what I mean? It's a good way to reflect on your past. That's what I be doing.
So Jason, 1OAKJason, could you talk a little bit about this first song, Reflect?
Yeah, man. Well, Reflect. Basically, like that's just me. Like that's like a vocal diary kind of a thing. Like that's what I was going for. Like, you know, because me personally, like when I'm trying to explain myself with words, like when I'm talking to somebody, it's kind of hard for me to get everything out. You know, it takes a lot for me to like really express myself and explain myself the way I want to. So with this song, you know, I actually took my time and you know, laid it all out. And that was just me basically reflecting on my life and, you know, everything that's been going on within those past few months that I wrote the song. I probably what was like 3 months ago I wrote that song, something like that. But yeah, like I said, like me personally, like I'm a real outgoing individual, so it's kind of ironic for me to like not be able to express myself the way I want to sometimes.
So it's like therapy for you almost. Like
Yeah, basically it is therapy. Like I actually found the love for music a few years back, but I never really knew like that I'd be here right now, like, you know, doing this interview. Like I never thought I'd be doing an interview. Like, you know, I never looked at myself as an artist or anything like that. You know, I was just a music lover.
So you say it's about what was going on then. What was going on then in your life?
So around that time, I actually went through a house fire. There was in my grandmother's room, actually. Well, God forbid, and you know, nothing happened. You know what I mean? Nothing serious happened, but I was knocked out. It was like 3 a.m, and you know, I was living with a bunch of family members that just came from Dominican Republic from the first time, so they didn't have necessarily anywhere to go. So, you know, having ACs running overnight, you know, fans running, like, you know, there was an electrical circuit that went off. And in my grandmother's room, there was just a whole bunch of smoke. Luckily, she was able to wake up in time and, you know, get everybody awake. I was the last one to wake up. You know, I had no idea what was going on. So as soon as I woke up, I opened my room door to like 10 people just staring at me like, yo, what's going on? And I'm just like, what just happened? Like, it was 3 a.m. I had no idea.
Department?
Nah, not even the fire. I was the one that called the fire department. And luckily, if I didn't call within like, they said if I would have waited 10 more minutes, there would have been like a flame like bursting out. Yeah. So like we actually woke up at the perfect time. That's one of the things that was going on. Also, my uncle passed away a few weeks before I actually recorded this song, and that actually took a toll on me also. Growing up, he was like one of my biggest influences, like based on like, you know, living life growing up and just being yourself, like not really caring what other people thought about you. And, you know, he really taught me how to be a man, especially since, like, you know, growing up, I never really did have my father in my life. He's still around, you know, I know him and I have so much love for him still to this day, but he just never was around. And my uncle always was. So that was one of the big reasons why, like, I always looked at him a certain way. And him passing away around that time, it took a toll on me also.
No, you're right. Trying to be good, misunderstood, hard to stay blessed.
Yes.
Now, trying to be good.
Yeah, you got to try. You know, I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm a human being at the end of the day, you know, so I do make mistakes. And you know, sometimes it's hard to, what's the word I'm looking for? To man up for your mistakes, you know, and
accountability?
Yeah, accountability. It's kind of hard for me. And that's something that I've been learning over the years. And especially with music, that's something that's been helping me cope with those things. You know, I've been able to release more and be honest, you know?
Mm-hmm. Hard to stay blessed.
Definitely hard to stay blessed because coming from Trenton, New Jersey, where I come from, I was born and raised in Trenton. In middle school, like, I was the only Spanish kid in my class. Like, you know, everybody was, you know, African American. I felt like the odd one out. You know, everybody would pick on me. Like, I used to get bullied, you know what I mean? As big as I am, I'm 6'3" now, but back in the day, like, yeah, I was a little softy. Once you tell somebody that you're from Trenton, New Jersey, they immediately think, like, oh, you're a drug dealer, or you're a gangster, you all this and you that, you know what I mean? But, like, you know, a lot of, they tend to read a book by its cover, mm-hmm. and it's kind of hard to live through life when you're just being judged all the time.
Now, so break it to the old me. That kind of touches on what you just said, right?
Yeah, honestly, because, you know, growing up, you're a product of your environment. Now, thank God, I've learned that, you know, what's around me isn't necessarily what I need to be. I don't need to be a part of anything that you know, that I once was or that was around me at that one time, you know what I mean?
Now, if you had the opportunity to go back to the old you, what would you say to you?
Just be real. Just be real, you know what I mean? Be honest with yourself and don't be scared to speak up, you know, because I had a big issue with that growing up. Like, everybody would look at me as such a great person, like, damn, like... I
mean, I had a similar experience. I was bullied in grammar school, and then high school was great.
Yeah.
How did that transition happen for you?
Honestly, I think it was with the help of my older cousins, because I'm an only child. I never had any brothers or sisters like that. So, you know, growing up, I had a lot of cousins. Like, I got a huge family, and you know, my mother's side of the family, like the cousins that I have on that side, like they really taught me how to like man up for yourself, and like how not to take any BS from anybody and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, don't let anybody run over you. Like, don't let nobody step on you, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like that kind of taught me how to be a man. And, you know, I have a lot of big influences in my family, but they take the part in that also.
So you said that who you were or what was around you. You said that that's necessarily something that you realize that you don't have to necessarily be that. What would be your destination? Where do you see yourself headed? Towards
peace and happiness, man. Honestly, like that's all I really aim for, just to be happy in life, and just to be, like, you know, surrounded by like people that I love and people that actually care for me. When I was younger, like a lot of people, like I said, they just want to be around. You have to learn how to like exclude those people. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people, they don't necessarily have to be around. They might be fun for the moment.
So why music? Like you said, the song was like therapy for you. Why music? What made you like fall in love with this form of expression?
Growing up, when I was probably like in elementary school, like I got hold of like a cassette tape, you know, the flop ones, like you put the CDs in them and stuff like that, like a Running Man, I think that's what they used to call them. And I had the Eminem CD in there, and I would just play Eminem over and over and over again until I learned like every single word on the album. Like,
for elementary kid, that was probably the worst thing you could have learned.
I'm telling you, like, as elementary
and
school,
Eminem album.
we would it would be me, my cousin Richie, and his sister Jasmine, and we would sit on the table, and she would literally like tell me, she's like, "Yo, spit coming out my closet," and I would, yo, word for word, and they'd be like, "Yo, you really learned that?" I'm like, "Nah, for real. Like, that's one of my favorite songs at that moment." You know what I mean? Like, because it was a great song. The whole album was crazy. I don't know. Now I'd probably say like my biggest influences would be like Lloyd Banks, Big L, Notorious B.I.G., a lot of old school hip hop. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, like the new generation is ridiculous. Like, I listen to a lot of No Cap, Kodak, you know, Young Boy, stuff like that. So music changes over a while. You know, it comes and it goes. But at the same time, like, there's those trophies in music that you just gotta hold on to, and I feel like, you know, Eminem is probably one of them too.
All right, let's go on to the second song.
All right, this next one is called 3000. Honestly, that ain't even the real name of it. I just couldn't think of anything. You know what I mean? This is, I don't know, man. We was just lit in the studio one day. You know what I mean? We'd be off hella bud, hella Henny. You know what I mean? That, so you know what I mean? I just be in that zone. I be in that mode. You feel me? Let's get it. Look, you know how I come through. One of a kind, is out of their minds, taking what's mine when I step in the booth. This song might buy me a coupe or get me signed if I stay on my grind. I'm front line, stepping up with my troops. Deuce in my bubble goose, coming for you. I need it, give me the loot. This hip hop is stuck in my roots. I'm sending missiles at your crew. Ain't no telling what the guys might do. I only ride with a selective few. This way we never leave a clue. I never let throw dirt on my name, simple and plain. We can never be the same, won't give them time to explain. I'm something like a lion no one can tame. So many losses, I got tired of charging into the game. But if you looking for me like a stitch, I stay in the cut. Can give a about that fame, I need that bread or what? I'm hungry as something like a wolf on a hunt. No matter the weather, you still can get touched. Get up with us, I'm stepping out of recession. Learning a lesson, raise your hand before you ask me a question. No second guessing, it's either the Glock or Wesson that I'll pick for the tension. I blew an extra bag for attachments and suppression. Stay in your lane, no need for all this aggression. No need to have your family stressing. Fall back and take a blessing. Breathe for a second, I learned to eat in this section. I need that money, gotta feed my obsession. No time for depression, that type could lead you to heaven. Was in the streets with some felons. Shit get deep if you step in. Gangsters with lethal weapons, got stress is pleading and telling, pockets swelling. I'm really him, I don't know what you expected. Well protected, well connected, and I'm highly respected. One of a kind, God took it and blessed it. I take the crown and accept it. Facts. Just had to go crazy one time.
So we are here with 1OAKJason, and that was 3000. Could you tell us a little bit about that song?
Yeah, I mean, you know, going back to my roots, like I just felt as though, like, you know, I went to the studio one day and you know, I linked up with my man astaxxthebeatlord, and I was just like, yo, I need something new. I need something hard, like, you know, like crazy, like bring me back to the old days type, you know what I mean? So I heard that little sample, the little flute, the do, and it was just like, from there, it just took off. Like, I fell in love with it. And it just reminded me of, like, you know, 2000s, you know what I mean, like 50 Cent back in the club. Like, it reminded me of, like, you know what I mean, G-Unit days and stuff like that. So, like, since that was in, like, you know, the year 2000, when that era came around, I felt like it was a newer age, and it's my own flow. Like, I put my own little touch into it. So I feel like it was, like, not the year 2000, it's 3000. Now, you get what I'm saying?
There was like big influenced by hip hop culture.
Yeah, definitely,
you know,
definitely influenced by hip hop. But I just, you know, put my own little spin to it. You know, spoke my truth.
And what year was this done? How long ago?
That song was probably done a few months ago. Honestly, I can't put an exact date on it.
So was it around the same time as Reflect?
Yeah.
Because I asked that because when I listened to the song, I wrote down 2 words which tie into a lot of things you're saying about Reflect.
Right.
And the 2 words I wrote down were respect and agency.
Yes. I mean, yeah, I'm big on respect, especially like how others portray me, which is kind of ironic because, like, I never really did care about what others thought of me, but I just wanted the respect. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going down the street and I'm, you know what I mean, going to the corner store, buy a cheesesteak or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, just respect me enough to know that, like, yo, bro, this is my man's here. He coming through to get his things and be about his way. Like, you know what I mean? I never was one for problems. You know what I mean? I never, you know, really got into any situations, but even back in high school or anything like that, like, you know.
Yeah, the song taking it back to, like, old school hip hop. I would say for me, it sounded like I definitely heard, like, the Biggie influences. Heard that the old G-Unit. It reminded me of, like, Lil Wayne a little bit when he used to, like, go in on all the freestyles. It was cool to hear. And for somebody to, what year were you born?
97.
Yeah, so 97, and those things were coming out like in 04 or 02.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's kind of cool.
I was big on music at a young age, honestly. Like, my first time stepping into a studio, I was probably like, I'd say like 13, 14. And that was because of my one cousin, Alex. He used to rap in Spanish back out in Trenton. He used to go by the name of Don Cibao. But, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's one of the bigger influences when it comes to music, because he's the one that took me to my first studio.
Yeah, that's interesting. And it's interesting how old sounds keep coming back.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's like they say, history always repeats itself too, you know what I mean? So it's like with me going back to my roots with the 50 Cent flows and you know, the G-Unit and like Lil Wayne, like you said, like I just felt like I was just tapping back in, you know?
Yeah, a lot of the new like hip hop stuff that's coming out, even like a lot of like the drill stuff with like because you have like a low tone voice.
Or
I always, I'm like, yo, that sounds like 50 Cent. like even Pop Smoke. Like the first time I heard Pop Smoke, I was like, yo, that sounds like 50 Cent. It's insane. Like,
rest in peace, Pop Smoke, man.
Yeah.
He was a great one. Definitely.
Yeah. Shall we go to the next song?
Yes.
And the next one, 1OAKJason, 6 Car Garage.
All right, now this last one here is called 6 Car Garage. This one came about, man. My man Stax wasn't in the studio this day, man, and I was bored, you know what I mean? I had my man Moja with me. And we was just going crazy, bro. Like I said, we was off hella bud, hella Henny, you know what I mean? Just going crazy in the studio, you know what I mean? My man Mojo came up with this beat. He looked it up, and I was like, man, look, this is it right here. You feel me? Man, I felt like I was in a movie. I heard that, bro. I'm like, nah, son, this is it. It felt like a fairy tale. You gonna see what's up. Come on, talk to me. Bing bong, bing bong. Feels like a fairy tale, for real. Crazy. Hey, yo, Stax, what up? Hey, 1OAK. Where the f*** you at? And I got Mojo with me. Look. Feels like I'm in a NASCAR, the way I run up the mileage. I'm on the road, moving fast. Whoever behind me, I'm getting cash. Hot or cold, it don't matter the climate. My shorty trying to spend the night so she could pull up and climb it. I'm official with I got it down to a science. If he say he want to wake, hey, I know that line. I pray just like I'm a wolf, but I got the heart of a lion. I gotta keep it on the low, cause I know be lying. No, I'm never running from beef. If you pull up, then I'm frying. It's getting hot up in the streets, but that won't stop me from trying. I gotta make it to the top, no matter what. Flying, all this pressure that we applying. Got out here crying like some punk. You could try to ride the wave or go swim with the fishes. We got plenty hits and you got plenty misses. You know my dogs is vicious. Better go home to your missus before you end up with some stitches. I've been on the road for so long. I pray to God one day my dreams come true. And my feelings is so strong, I don't know what's going on. I guess I'm just confused. And I can see the finish line, I'm at the start of the race. I forgot to tie my shoes. I be misplaced all the time, I don't know what's on my mind. I can't tell what's the issue. Hold up. Run it up, get my bag up. I do this for all the ones who never had one. I need a 6-car garage, I pick a car at random. And I ain't stingy with my told my man he can have one. I need them plaques on the wall, double, triple platinum. If she with 1OAK, you know she a bad one. I told that baby grab one, she said she never had one. Come and let me have some, my mama need a grandson. I've been on the road for so long, I pray to God one day my dreams come true. And my feelings are so strong, I don't know what's going on. I guess I'm just confused. And I can see the finish line, I'm at the start of the race. I forgot to tie my shoes. I be misplaced all the time, I don't know what's on my mind. I can't tell what's the issue. Facts.
And that was 6-Car Garage by 1OAKJason. So anything in particular that you want to say about the track?
That song right there, honestly, like, that was just me and Moja in the studio bored. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we was, you know, probably off a little bit of Henny or something like that and just having a little bit of fun. And honestly, that was just me, like, dreaming, kind of, like, you know, like me manifesting my dreams and like telling myself, like, yo, I'm gonna have this and I'm gonna have that.
Yeah, it reminded me of like the Biggie, like the Juicy, like him, like,
okay.
For him, I guess at that point it was like he made it. For you, maybe it was like the dreams and stuff.
Yeah.
Even the sample on the song, it sounded like it had like that angelic kind of like dreamy sound. Who made the beat? Or
that was actually a YouTube beat. We, like I said, we was just messing around in the studio the one day and you know, just going through beats. You know, I had Moja. Luckily, I had my boy Moja there, and we was able to find some beats, and we found that when we came across that, and it just felt right.
So for a lot of people that might be listening and don't know, like when you say a YouTube beat, it's like just a beat you find on like
yeah. Honestly, it's like, you know, they call them type beats now. You know what I mean? I don't even know what type beat it was. Like, I was just letting Moja do his thing. Like, I was in my zone, and he found that, and as soon as I heard it, it started playing, and I was just like,
the music is like secondary almost, because it's like what you have to say. I always think is like more important. It's like the music is almost secondary versus like the poem. I always say music's like a poem. How important to you is like the music, or does it depend per song?
Yeah, honestly, it actually does depend, because to be honest, before, like, I wouldn't go into the studio if I don't have anything written down. You know what I mean? Like, I have to have like a layout or like listen to something first, have it, you know what I mean? Like, just have it ready, because like it meant a lot more to me, you know? Like, if I was just like honestly now I go into the studio and I'll just say a few words and if it sounds good, I'm going with it. I don't take as much time on it like I used to before. Like, it meant a lot more to me, because that was like my way of coping. Like, for Reflect, I definitely wrote all that down. It all depends on the vibe and how I'm feeling at the moment. You know what I mean? Because if I hear a beat and it speaks to me, to myself, like, I might just, you know, sit down and actually write to it, because it means a lot more.
So how important would you say like material things are? Like,
me personally, material things aren't that important at all, because like, as you see me right now, I got a fresh white tee on, and I'm cool with that.
You mentioned family a lot, like every.
I'm huge on family, very big on family. Like, I got my cousin here with me right now, like he's going with me everywhere. You know what I mean? So
what you say are like for Jason, what are like the 3 most important things?
Family, health, respect.
So 6-Car Garage was kind of like you dreaming.
Those are my dreams and aspirations. Yeah, I want a 6-car garage so I could toss my mans a few keys and be like, yo, take that. Go do what you want to do. Because I'm real lovable, and I'm mindful about my others and people that's around me. Like, because as much as I want to win, I want to see you win. You know what I mean?
What is your like creative process when putting these songs out?
So when I got something on my mind that I want to get out, like Reflect, I sit down and write to it. It'll probably take me like a week to a month to write a song. But if I'm feeling nice, you know what I mean? Like I'll probably just go into the studio. And another thing about that is Astax, the producer, he been putting pressure on these artists lately. You know what I mean? Because he has like a short time span where he's like, yo, like I'm here right now, but in an hour I'm gonna go grocery shopping all the way up in Burlington, and you won't see me for like another few days. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's get it out now. So it's like, all right, bet. So once he started applying that pressure, it kind of came easier to me. Honestly, like I'm appreciative of him for that. You know, like I actually enjoy the way he works.
So you say like sometimes you'll get with him and you only have like an hour. I know for me there's like a fine line between like rushing something and getting it done fast. Yeah. For you, how do you like, I guess, balance the two?
Well, I never really like to rush myself. That's one thing. So if I feel as though like he has to go do something, I'll just let him, and I'll stay in the studio and I'll listen to the beat over and over and over and over until I figure something out. Then once I see him again, I'm like, yo, bro, I figured something out for this beat. Let's lay it down real quick. Boom, something like that.
Anything you want people to know about your music? Anything upcoming?
A lot of people write 1OAKJason, and it's not a number 10. It's the letters 1. Well, the number 1 letters OAK, and that stands for one of a kind. I've always viewed myself as being one of a kind. That really came about because Richie, I came over to his house one day, my cousin Richard, he wanted to get a tattoo. And I'm like, what you gonna get a tattoo about, bro? He's like, yo, bro, I'm gonna get 1OAK tatted with an oak tree on top of it. I'm like, what would make you want to get that, bro? It didn't make sense to me. It didn't make no type of sense to me, bro. It was just like, yo, bro, it don't make sense. But then he started explaining to me like what it was about. Like he's like, yo, like it's because we're one of a kind. Like that's yeah. Like, I took that and ran with it, and you know what I mean. Ever since then, it's just been one of a kind. This, one of a kind, that, and it turns into a family. You know.
Again, going back to family.
Big on family. Super big on family.
Nice. Yeah. Think I'm good.
Did you get the tattoo?
Never got the tattoo. I might end up getting it. I might end up getting the tattoo before him, man. I'm telling you. And I ain't got none at all. That's gonna be the first one. Nah, we gonna make it happen, definitely.
All right.
Are you gonna run it by your mom the tattoo?
Nah. So
she gonna say no.
Me jala por la oreja in English, that she'll pull me by the ears. Definitely pull me by the ears.
In typical Dominican households, if you get a tattoo, you are like
delinquent.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over.
You can't sleep in the house.
The streets.
I would get the song.
Nah, definitely getting the song.
My grandma plotted to burn my uncle's tattoo with hot water that he got.
Yo, it gets real.
Wow, that old school mindset is insane.
Like, you're not my son if you get a tattoo.
Nah, word.
So now the younger generations, what they're doing to even like go a step further and kind of like piss them off a little bit, they're tatting their face first.
Start with the face.
So now they're starting to see that, well, just a little tattoo on the arm maybe ain't as bad. You know what I mean?
Thank you, 1OAKJason. And where can we find you online?
1OAKJason, the number 1 letter OAKJason on Instagram. You can find me on Apple Music, Spotify, stuff like that, Twitter.
And I'm on Instagram as Josué Lora. You could follow Colmado Music Group, that's COLMADO, musicgroup.com, or Colmado Music Group everywhere else.
And I'm on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube as House of Robot, or visit houseofrobot.com.
Thank you for listening to Take 3. Thank you, WTSR and the College of New Jersey. And we had a great time with 1OAKJason. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you guys for having me. It was a pleasure.